Hey YouTube, welcome to Super Lorcana World. Today is Friday. Friday means we get to look at all the YouTube comments, and some of my favorites are in this video, obviously. There are some good ones and some not so good ones, and we're gonna go right into the pig shit today. So if you guys like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll start here with J Barlack. Love when a card is released and Pilo, I guess he means people, Pilo paint the picture of how great it could be isolated. It's a very interesting sentence. It's almost like when a card comes out, we kind of need to start investigating if it's good or not by looking at current cards, prior cards, and potential future cards. I mean, it happens in card games literally all the time, literally every card game, literally always. So I don't know what this guy is complaining about. But if he has an issue with it, maybe he should just stay away from new cards or something. Chris Desmarais, I don't know. 6837. Pongo greater than mini unless the 4-cost song that you want to play on turn 3, which doesn't seem super likely. And someone else commented, hypnotizes 3, but already makes a card that she can sing turn 3. Anyway, look, I've seen that theory running around that Pongo is just better. And maybe there are applications where it is better. For instance, if you're playing some kind of Ruby straight turbo evasive deck, like I did that one time, or that exists, yeah, Pongo is better in that case because you're not playing many actions and it's fine. But this mini is a different kind of turbo that you have to build around specifically to make it work. And I can see it really easily questing for 3 every turn with the help of songs and other actions. It's totally doable. And we don't even know the future yet. Kind of like the last guy just said. So there are definitely opportunities where Pongo is better. Absolutely. But I don't think you sleep on many because of that. Teo1115. You can also play and shift Mini on turn 3 and just make her a 3-drop on curve. Turn 1, 1 drop, turn 2, 2 drop, turn 3, 1 cost Mini into shift Mini. That's true. And that's something that people will do when they start playing the game. Absolutely. I don't deny that. We are thinking here on how to best use Mini. And like the first guy said, we won't know until we know. Is like the cliff notes of what he said. But yeah, this is definitely an option. This is definitely a way you can do things. Absolutely no problem with that. I'll eat one. I think Tinkerbell will go down since it's difficult to have a Tinkerbell and Cinderella pack in the same deck. But the reverse comment also from the Lorcana Ohana, I think Tinker will get more expensive in set 2. So we have differing opinions, right? What do we do when we have differing opinions? Well, we have to look at everything and see what's going on. Tinkerbell does nothing to Cinderella, basically. It's kind of unfortunate. I don't think Tinkerbell will stop seeing play because of set 2. But something you guys have to remember is unless the card is stupid broken, Tinkerbell is not stupid broken. Friends on the Other Side is broken. Stupid broken. Tinkerbell's a good card. But there might be other good steel cards coming up that completely power creep Tinkerbell. Do I think that's the case? No, I think Tinkerbell will see play in set 2. But we'll see as much as it is right now? Probably not in steel decks. It will see some play, but not every steel deck will play Tinkerbell, you know what I mean? So, despite that, when people are getting excited for cards in the second set, people will be spending money on cards in the second set. People are more likely to try to offload their set 1 stuff to get set 2 stuff, depending on what they want to play. That will cause an impact on the market where Tinkerbell will go down. Now, just because Tinkerbell will go down in price, and I'm telling you it is going to go down in price, does not mean it'll go back up. Maybe it goes down in price for a bit, then a big tournament happens, and most of the top 8 has Tinkerbell in it. Then it will go back up in price. But you have to wait and see for that to happen, right? It happens. That's just card games, right? I am telling you this card will go down in price. I'm 100% guaranteeing it or your money back. Not seriously, but you know what I mean. If it goes up, that's fine. But it will go down first. I promise. Next. Oh, back to this comment real quick. There is a caveat here. If we get some kind of broken Tinkerbell support or something that just makes Tinkerbell a whole shit ton better, despite the fact that Resist exists, then yes, Tinkerbell will go up. That's the only caveat. And it even might still go down in price after the hype is over. So just keep that in mind. Next, Oddest Turner 8004. To me, Rapunzel is more because most decks with Amber and her have an easier learning curve to play than the Amethyst decks that would want to run big Elsas. This is an interesting theory where this guy is calling everyone an idiot. And to his or her credit, that could be true. Amber aggro does tend to be a little bit smooth brain sometimes. It doesn't take a whole lot of brain power to stick a big stitch on the board and then drop a bunch of little dudes and draw a bunch of cards. It does not take much of brain power. Sequencing with a Ruby Amethyst deck takes a little more brain power. Now, I'm going to get shit on for saying this. I already know. It's not incredibly difficult to play Ruby Amethyst or Amethyst Steel or whatever. Is it probably one of the more complicated decks? It definitely is. It is probably one of the harder decks to play. But the game plan is pretty set in stone, right? You try to out aggro in the early games if you have to. Try to draw cards with the magic mirrors and whatever in the mid games. We could turn 7 if the board is big and blow it up and be prepared. And then from there, you're just playing big body control. And that's an oversimplification of Ruby Amethyst. My point is, once you've played the game, the deck, a bunch of times, like I have, the strategies just seem to be there. It's not much of a thought process anymore. It is just what it is. It's like, are you going to play Elsa this turn, or are you going to play Maleficent this turn? Or are you going to do something else? Are you going to just spend your magic mirrors, draw some cards? Are you going to do broom plays? Like, there's all sorts of stuff, and there's a lot of decision trees. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Going back to this guy's point, yeah, Amber decks are simpler. That's not a lie. But Rapunzel in those turbo, maybe I can see an argument for Rapunzel being the most expensive card because it's smoother brain. I don't buy it. I think drawing 3 is just broken, and healing is also good. That's what I think. I'm not going to leave it at that. But it is an interesting theory, though, and it does get you thinking about the skill gap in this game. J.K. Wolfie. This is good news. I do truly, honestly hope that a lot of scalpers will now get to sit on their stock until they can use it as toilet paper. It's a really nice thought. Unfortunately, it will not happen. These scalpers might just turn to investors and could sit on their product. By the way, the product is still scalpable right now and still will be scalpable until December when the reprint happens. Or a little bit of reprint happening in October, just a tiny one. What could happen here is the scalpers might have already flipped their stuff and just they're playing the waiting game now. Alternatively, they might just hold on to it and invest. That's what it is. Mama Dragon's TCG. I completely agree with you on everything. It's a good idea. To me, I am simply glad to know that Ravensburger understand that they need to print more cards. Yes. If Ravensburger wants to make more money, they should print more cards. It's 100% true. And we'll get to a comment that better exemplifies that shortly. Danny D. Barr says, I agree on everything. This is a win-win. Hopefully we can get some product finally. Hopefully is the key word. We don't know the scale of the reprint. We just don't know yet. We'll know more when we know more, which will be in a month or so, or 2. But until we know, we'll have to see what happens. Because don't forget, the scalpers will still go after the product in December like animals, trying to scavenge for that available piece of meat. That's what it is. Now, this comment is super interesting. This is from Larak. He says, I don't trust a word that Ravensburger says. I've heard it several times before. They were guaranteeing enough products since launch. Walmarts and Targets are controlled by a third party, which usually has people waiting for them to put Lorcana out. Then some LGSs overcharge. Then you have some LGS buying from retailers to sell. We'll see, though. Personally, I don't think they will, and they know that. There's really no reason to. Everyone had an opportunity if they played at their LGS. People didn't want to. That tells me it's more collectible and playable for people. This is a very fascinating comment, dividing into the duality of man and corporations. I alluded to this in my video where I talked about the reprint, that Ravensburger probably knew what they were doing when they released the amount of product that they did in order to get people thirsty for product, so that when more product comes, people buy more product, and it creates an event where the product will always sell out until allocation's fixed and they print more that people can actually just physically buy out, which won't be till like set 4, set 5, set 6, stuff like that. So, he does not trust Ravensburger. at the end of the day, you got to look at it like this. At the end of the day, what is a company's primary objective? It's to make money, right? So Ravensburger will operate under the assumption that they want to make money. What's the best way for them to make money? Well, printing more cards and selling them is a really good way to do that. And the more you do that, the more money you'll make, right? Ravensburger has no, like, I don't know where this. They don't gain anything except for a poop ton of hype by short printing the product, which happened in the first set. And it definitely could have just been there weren't enough printers. That's a viable option because they'll never really tell us, like really tell us, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. This guy can trust or not trust. I trust Ravensburger when they say they're going to print more product, but as far as that goes, it's very ambiguous. You can believe them. You just cannot believe a specific number if they give you a specific number, because they won't give you a specific number. So I think this guy is taking it a bit too far, but at the end of the day, they are acting on their word. Are they doing it maybe to... Are they doing what they're doing to draw more hype in the game? You'd be hard-pressed to find someone that doesn't believe that, I think. Now, Philip Kraft. This is in regard to the new cards. Hypno seems better in multiplayer game targets. Your opponent cards hit them all. That's true. I never really talk about multiplayer anymore because it's not a sanctioned format right now. But when multiplayer does get an official format and tournament presence and blah, 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 then we will have to talk about multiplayer cards in more detail eventually. And finally, Luther Bright, finishing on a bright note, thanks for the card updates. Look forward to your future card video updates. I also look forward to them. And thank you for being here. And thank you guys for watching this video today. Please let me know what you think in the comment section below. And I will see you later. Goodbye.